Robert Thompson. Did you see the way that little girl ran up and jumped in his arms? He cares about her, and he cares about your little girl, and your little boy, and your granddaughter, and your grandson. He can make a lot more money staying home, practicing law every day instead of spending part of his days taking care of those kids. He can have a lot more stress-free life. Tori can have a lot more stress-free life staying home. He likes to do the things with his family that all the rest of us like to do. He likes his spare time. He likes his leisure time. He's just like me and you. But he takes time out of all those other activities to worry about tomorrow, to worry about what kind of city, what kind of county, what kind of state our children and our grandchildren are going to grow up in. He worries about whether or not people get a second chance. He told a story this morning in Jonesboro about being in a grocery store and a woman coming up to him who recognized him, that has been a meth addict and had her kids taken away from her. And because of the drug court that he pushed so hard and got started right here in Paragould, she's now a tax-paying citizen with a job, with her children back, because of that drug court and because of the effort of Robert Thompson. You don't get that kind of caring every day. Not only that, he has the respect of his colleagues to the point that he has elevated himself to a position of leadership in the state Senate. And you can't buy that. That's something that's earned. We used to say that a leader in the Senate was the person that got 17 other senators to follow him. It's a pretty unstructured organization during my 20 years there. And other people don't follow you if they don't think you're honest and competent and knowledgeable. And he has that. Why would Paragould ever even think about throwing that away? Why would Northeast Arkansas ever even have a question or a doubt? I'll tell you why. Because there are people, just like Mary said, that are running around here throwing stones from out of state, spending a lot of money, and running candidates that don't have a clue about what's really happening in Arkansas and what's really going on. The Democratic Party has put up 3 bullet points up there. I talked about them this morning. I'm not going to go into all of it again. They're all true. We are indeed 5th in the nation, even though we got somebody running around here saying we're not. There are, as I indicated earlier this morning, there are 6 subcategories that make up the total ranking. We're 41st in one, we're 33rd in one, and we're in the top 10, including number 1, in the other 4. And when you do the overall rankings, and they rank all 50 states in the District of Columbia, Arkansas is number 5. Now, the truth of the matter is, Maryland's number 1, and the governor of Maryland's a good friend of mine, and I told him, get ready, we're coming after him. And we're not slowing down a bit. But you don't get to be 5th because you're the governor. I didn't go vote on any of that stuff. Now, a lot of people deserve credit for that. The Arkansas Supreme Court deserves a significant amount of credit for it, and we ought to give it to them once in a while. But the Arkansas legislature, our school teachers, our parents, our school board members, our business community, collectively all deserve credit for where we're at. And if it's not for the Arkansas legislature, we're not there, because they actually pass the laws, appropriate the money, and create the policies necessary for us to be able to achieve that. And if you don't think education and jobs, education and economic development are not the 2 cornerstones upon which you build a state, then you ain't been listening to me for the last 6.5 years, because that's all I'm talking about. And I can promise you the other states are following suit, or wish they were following suit. And just like Mary said, they don't know what we're drinking down here, but it must be pretty good, because they're trying to emulate it at every opportunity they get. The other thing, $730 million in tax cuts, that's a cumulative figure. Even with the 2 tax increases on cigarettes and on severance tax, the cumulative total as of this summer of the total tax relief by this administration and by this legislature is $730 million. Folks, Arkansas has never seen that before. And the 27,000 new job figures are, as of this summer, it's still going up, and we're not through there. That's even a net figure gain in the midst of the worst recession. But I'm carrying this paper around. I didn't talk about this morning. But my friend, sometimes she's my friend, sometimes she's not as friendly. The crack reporter for the Arkansas Democrat Gazette over there, who hates to be called out, as most reporters do, may be interested in these numbers. You know, this ad that these out-of-state folks are putting on TV talking about how bad Arkansas is and how everybody's leaving and how we're the highest tax state, 14th highest tax state, I think is what they said. Well, I've started carrying this in my back pocket. You see it's about gone. It ranks all 50 states in the tax burden. And it's from the U.S. Bureau of Census, and its own source revenues, all revenues collected by state and local government from its own sources on a per capita basis, which is the only fair way you can do it, because obviously California's going to collect more taxes than Arkansas, but they got more people. So if you want to really be fair, do it on a per capita basis, which is what they're trying to put out. Arkansas's per capita own source revenue in taxes, all sources of taxes, 47th in the nation, 47th highest tax state, not the 14th highest tax state. And part of the reason we're only the 47th highest tax state is because we've cut all these taxes. Now, if they're going to try to run candidates out here, if they're going to try to elect folks to beat folks like Robert Thompson, the least they could do is either one, get their facts straight, or two, tell the truth about what facts they've got. They're doing neither one. Got another piece of paper. This is really cute. I've been carrying this around too. This same bunch, together with many other candidates, subscribe to a very opinionated legislative group called ALEC, American Legislative Exchange Council. The very same folks that are funding a lot of these ads provide a lot of the money for ALEC. The very same folks that they're paying for these ads, talking about how bad Arkansas is, they're very closely allied with ALEC. You know what? ALEC put out their annual book last week, 2 weeks ago now, I guess, of all the states. Economic performance rank, Arkansas. This is ALEC's figures. This is the other guys' figures when they're telling the truth and not talking about an election. Arkansas, economic performance rank, number 10 in the United States. Things look bad in the future according to these folks that are running these ads. The second thing that they rank is economic outlook. Well, we're only 11th in the nation in economic outlook. Wasn't that head of the Republican Party, that eloquent man who started it, that said you can fool all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. They need to take a page out of Abraham Lincoln's book, because they cannot fool these people about what's going on in Arkansas, and they cannot trash us and our state just to try to win an election. And they can't turn around years of progress just because they want to be able to influence the outcome of this vote or that vote. And they can't beat people like Mary Broadway and James Ratliff. And they can't beat Senator Thompson with folks that won't tell you exactly what's going on in Arkansas, and folks that will actually stand up for the people that they represent. They're not going to get this done because we've got better folks and because we don't have to tell a different story other than the truth to get people elected. We'll stick with the truth. The truth will be the ones that wins all these elections, and the truth is with our candidates. Now get out there and make sure you vote, and make sure everybody that you know votes for all these folks. Thank you very much.